you've been on the train proper, just chugging along, and the train was stopped at a sluice, leading to your first encounter with a creature of the Blight, a curse blood. And things didn't go terribly well. Few of you got a couple of pretty advanced curses. And this is where we start. I believe most of you were headed off to a long rest. However,
I was getting
there
a
were still
drink.
some discussions as to how to handle Evelyn's curse.
Yes.
Where am I? Oh, yes. I was going to go get a drink.
What was the train leader dude's name?
Octa?
Octa?
Octar.
Octar.
Put it on his token.
Okay.
The young one was
senior
Duck,
train
right?
operator.
D-A-K?
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go find him.
Are you drinking yourself into oblivion at this point?
No, probably just sitting there with a drink. Not even necessarily drinking it, just kind of sitting there with it.
Sitting there being awake.
Yes.
I'm assuming this door's locked.
Yes, it is.
I'll give it a knock.
You knock, and after a minute or so, you hear a voice from the other side of the door. Yes, hello?
Hi, this is Tava. I was wondering if I could have a word with Akhtar.
You were part of the quartermates?
Yes.
You hear the heavy deadbolt just slide to the side as the door opens and stands at the doorway.
Thank you. Pardon me?
Yes. Any more problems?
A little one. I'm gonna look around. Are these doors closed?
Kinda. Some of them are just sort of leaned close. He, as well, just sort of gets up out of his chair.
Okay, I'll kind of do.
He still seems somewhat exhausted from the ordeal.
I'm gonna like lower my voice. Alright, this might seem like a bit of a weird question, but theoretically, if something was to also before I say this, don't worry, it's totally not don't panic. If something were to explode from inside the cargo cart, how blast resistant is the cart?
His eyes go somewhat wide.
Don't panic. I can explain. But can I get an answer?
In what measure? Like a bomb?
Alright, so here's what happened. It seems that touching those bubbles, some of my friends seem to have gotten curses, and One of them, apparently,
I've
when they sleep,
heard of these curses
they're going to
before,
blow
yes.
up.
They're going to blow on.
They're going to blow up, but they'll come right back.
And how many times are they gonna blow up?
Whenever they go to bed.
So whenever they fall asleep,
Yes.
hmm,
And I tried to remove it, but it seems I can't. It's kind of too strong. So,
3 days from here to the fort.
oh,
Well, it is a long time.
so I noticed that
The
there
train
were.
has withstood explosions before, but we've never purposefully triggered one, or... It's also the problem of the size of it. If it reaches the fuel tank in the back,
Fuel tank. Is that? Can I assume he's talking about that one? Is that the one right after that cargo cart?
yes.
Hmm. Alright.
We could reinforce the doors and leave the side doors open. That would mean that much of the blast would escape. But, oh, it would be loud. Then again, this is an armored train rattling on the tracks already.
I noticed that there were like metal boxes. Could one of those be emptied for another layer of containment?
Theoretically, the problem with that is, well, we will need to drill some blast holes in at least one of them. If there's a contained explosion, it would rip the box apart and possibly launch shrapnel through the air.
Oh,
The sides of the train are armored against cannons, shrapnel, all kinds of things. The problem is that the doors aren't. The inside doors. So the shrapnel could... that seems dangerous, so...
alright. It is a good thing I asked them because I'm not an explosive expert. So, so it should be. So if you open up the side doors, it should be kind of fine.
Well, the way I'm thinking is, if this is unavoidable, we would essentially be building a two-sided cannon of sorts. If we empty out one of the large boxes, leave the sides open, then hopefully the blast, instead of shredding the box, would just be directed to the sides. If we leave the cargo doors open, it would just go outside. There would still be significant impact to both the box, the floors and the ceiling, but much of the force would go outside, hopefully equal to both sides. Shouldn't shake the train too hard.
Alright. Sounds good.
We'll need to chain it down too, or weld it to the ground. Probably the better idea.
When would that be possible to do?
When's the first explosion happening?
Whenever she goes to bed. I could ask her if she could stay up for a day, and then we do it tomorrow.
He walks past you and he starts rapping on the doors.
But now it is.
Everyone, get up. There's more work to be done.
Oh god. I
I want you to grab a welder and one of those metal cutters that we have. I also need someone to empty out one of the large metal boxes. As for what's inside, there's no helping it. Empty one of the wooden boxes, put that stuff anywhere else, and then load it up with the armored stuff. And then after that, he begins walking towards the back end of the train.
Follow
In his
him.
passing, he shouts at Doc, "Make sure the train doesn't derail," but I mean, at this point, it's just going straight.
That's foreboding. We'll stop by Evelyn. Hey, so they're going to break apart the metal box and turn you into a two-way cannon.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
What?
Logistically, it makes the most sense. So that's
Turn you into a
fine.
two-way cannon. Okay, yeah.
That's how we weaponize you. We make you cannon fuel.
It would work.
Go. Tell you when they're done, I guess. I'll offer help if they need it with like heavy lifting or whatever.
The one at the entrance turns around as, you know, they're sort of heaving stuff in and out. And he turns to you and just says,
Probably better if you wait outside.
Oh, okay. I'll go wait outside. I'll just sit on a bed.
That's a comfy one. Been sleeping there.
Yeah.
you hear the sound of metal being cut, you hear the sort of hiss of welding, and after an hour or so, Octa opens the door again. Oh, it's ready. To know how else we would test it.
Alright. Oh.
We've
I mean,
secured most of the cargo a little bit better near the doors, as there's gonna be some wind going in and out. We are moving at quite the speed. It's also the thing that keeping the doors open for long is gonna slow down the train a little bit. How long does this explosion last?
well, I don't really know.
Okay.
I just fucking turn into fucking.
Well, let's hope it isn't too long and we can close those doors when they're not exploding.
Alright, I'm somewhat of a short sleeper, I guess, so I can close them once it's done, or like open them right before it happens.
Otherwise, get one of the crew.
Alright. Thank you for being so understanding.
As the rest walk past. Come with me for a moment.
Oh.
We've unlocked them for now. These are the two latches on the doors. Usually they're secured with a padlock, but given the circumstances, we will leave them open for now. You can see the box is empty. Both of the sides are open. Should direct the blast somewhat to the outside. make sure they sleep as in the middle as they can.
All right.
If a blast gets directed too much into one side, well, let's talk about it if it actually happens.
All right. Thank you.
Well, that's it then.
I'll cook, I guess. Okay.
And ask you to wake me when something happens, but I'm sure I'll hear it.
Ah! I got stolen.
You got abducted. Of the train
All right.
crew.
I'll go find Evelyn. All right. Your your cannon is ready.
Right. But I'm just going to finish this drink.
Okay. Take your time. I'm just gonna sheepishly take a seat as I wait for my friend to blow up.
Okay, how's everyone else prepare for the night?
My pillow fort is ready.
I'm just gonna sit here till she's ready to go. At one point, I'm just gonna like start laughing. I'm like, "This is just ridiculous." Like, I'm sorry, it's not funny, but it's like, holy crap! This has to be a joke, right? Like, an exploding gnome, a cursed cowboy, and a reptile dysfunction walk into a bar. That's a good joke. This isn't real, right?
I wish it wasn't real. It doesn't seem terribly. There's an irony here.
How did we get? I don't. I mean, he's just gonna go back to his drink after. So like, first.
Right. Right. So would you do me a favor?
Yeah, of course.
Could you keep an eye on Kieran when I go back?
Oh yeah, of course. Well, I mean, I'll walk back with you at least.
Right, but I'd rather Kieran not be back there.
Oh yeah, right. Well, probably. I mean, you probably want to leave most of your gear.
Right.
Yeah. Of course, I'll watch it. And Kieran.
Wow.
I'd appreciate it.
I'm gonna jog over here, grab the pillow and blanket. Okay.
Right. And she's just gonna push her drink back without having ever drunk any of it, and then head back to her room. I'm just going to go put down my things.
Yeah. I'll just like trick you around. Rhett has definitely drank quite a bit at this point.
Actually,
I want to order a drink, the strongest thing.
the strongest.
Yeah, whatever's strong.
Soleil just looks up
So,
as they pass him.
absinthe. I'm kidding.
I would like to drink lava, please.
Yeah, you get a cup of clear, bluish liquid.
I'll start drinking it. How
Give
much
me a
does
con save.
Okay, so it does affect me. Gotcha. Does this count as poison?
No.
No? Yeah.
Well, technically, yes.
Okay, so advantage.
Well, alcohol is a poison. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Get back to alcoholics.
21. Alright.
Yep.
That's good to know.
You can feel it sort of burn as it goes down, but there's not that flash of just this warmth. You've experienced alcohol before, things happened, and
Hmm.
you wait for it, but it just doesn't happen.
Okay. Back to waiting.
Going to take all of my different upgrades off and just leave them on my bed.
Mm-hmm.
Grab a spare change of clothes, because don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right, Karen, let's go. I'm just going to take Karen and head back. And pass by Rit.
Red,
Did Slay say anything? Yeah.
do you need any help?
We need a lot of help, but not anything. No, thanks.
Okay. And take good care of her.
Wouldn't be in this mess if I had, huh?
Whoa.
Right, Fava, where did you say this, cannon was set up?
It's in the cargo cart. Oh, it's over here. So you're going to want to, put the pillow and blanket in there. You're going to want to try to be right in the center as you can be in the box.
Right.
The side doors are open, right?
I don't think I think they
They're
told
not open
them.
right now, but you can unlatch them.
Okay, so okay.
Could you, give me a moment?
What? Oh god.
I just need a moment alone. For a minute. I'm going to take a moment to just kind of sit down and hold Kieran in my arms. Sort of rock him a bit. And hum this sort of lullaby sound. Alright, well, I'm not going to be there to put you to sleep tonight, but Brett will keep an eye on you. And see you shortly, it won't be long. Right. Alright. And you'll be perfectly fine, and you'll be back in no time at all. Gotta go back and a few minutes later and bring Kieran over. Right, Brett, will you keep an eye on Kieran then?
Of course. Here, I don't know if this will help, but I'm gonna cast an enhance ability Constitution on you. Just in case. I don't.
Appreciate it.
I'll see you in a little bit.
Right. Just have to fall asleep. Gotta go back into the cargo.
I will follow suit.
So for what it's worth, not that it'll matter, you have 7 temporary hit points and
Damn.
Did you just increase the size of the explosion?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you just increased the size of the explosion.
Oh, fuck.
I'll cast my sanctuary.
It's
and
fine.
give you
That's
even
fine.
more.
That's
I was
14
trying to
more
make it
hit
hurt
points.
I was trying to make it less painful.
I,
on the
I
con
believe
save, but,
that is increasing the damage by 14 more hit points.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Oh god. Alright, I guess I'll unlatch these and open them.
As you do, there's this immediate, like, blast of wind and noise.
Oh yeah, that'll be easy to sleep with.
Yeah,
Right.
I thought so too.
Mm-hmm.
The
Right,
entire supply car is immediately filled with somewhat fresh air. It's oddly warm, the air. For having traveled this far north, at least.
I can't say how long it'll take me to fall asleep. Something I've obviously the concept of death is an interesting one and one you don't have to worry about. But it's something I've been fighting for a very long time. So I will do my best to fall asleep quickly. But I apologize if there is a delay.
That's fine. Should I try to find earplugs? This is kind of loud.
What?
If you'd like to see if you could find something, that would be fine.
What? Okay. I guess I'll open this one and then try to go find like, I don't know, wax or something. What's the use for earplugs?
Yeah, candle wax or something like that.
And move around and go under the box. Lay down.
Okay. Hey, Red.
Yeah.
Do you have earplugs or wax?
Oh, not really. No, I hadn't thought about.
All right. I'm gonna go find the candle then. Do I? What do I have?
I'm just gonna hold Kieran. But she'll get through it.
Cultural. Yeah, I don't have anything. Oh wait.
Evelyn's going to do her best to
It wouldn't
try
take
and
you-
fall asleep.
It wouldn't take you too long to find some seating wax. But as you sort of step past this part of the sleeper car where you can see that a few people have accumulated, you hear one of the train crew staff just say,
Yes, it'll be loud, but contained
and
and planned. So, sorry for the inconvenience.
and
It's unfortunately unavoidable.
Was he talking to me or?
no, just the people. Like, you can see also that most of them have moved to the other side to sleep here,
Oh,
as
yeah,
they were probably told to.
Okay. Also, Isn't the whole thing with Nah, never mind. I'll just find some wax and then head back. I don't know where I need to go to find wax.
It doesn't take you very long. There's like sealing wax at the bar. There's
Oh, okay.
probably wax to seal letters if you in need of writing some or sending some.
Alright. Take the wax and then I'll head back. I'll peek inside. Hey.
Did you
Boom,
find
I'm
something?
Yeah.
Did you find anything?
I found some wax. It's all like
Sure, that'll be fine. I'll take the wax and
Pass it
try
over.
and pat some over my ears.
Oh. I'll go over here and I guess is this a barrel in the corner?
Yeah.
I'll how sturdy? Can I take a seat on it?
I probably would have passed my extra change of clothes over to you as well.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Can it what?
Can I sit on it or will
Oh yeah, you'd be able to sit.
Okay, I guess I'll take a seat. This is where I'm taking my rest.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
know if
for you it's not that hard to fall asleep.
Mm.
Evelyn, however,
possible, but I think it should be. Can I reach Evelyn with a message spell?
yes.
So in that case, I'll just start telling I don't know what a children's bedtime story would be in this world, but through message, just like a little whispered, this, that, and other. This,
Are you insinuating she's a child just because she's
No, what? No, I'm just trying to distract her and just a little whispered story to get her mind off of.
Give me a con save, please, Evelyn.
Oh hey, Kansu. She can,
I don't know. I don't know if I helped her or hurt her though.
What did your thing do? Does it
It's
help anything for
technically
saves?
checks, so
Okay, so yeah, that would be a 9.
Roll me 2 d4s.
5.
So you try to fall asleep, and you are exhausted, but for roughly 5 hours, you can't. Thoughts are racing in your mind, and every time you start slowly dozing off, your mind just sort of wakes you back up, and you look at yourself and realize that nothing has happened yet.
5 hours means I finished my long rest.
Do I need to make a con check to stay awake? And
Do you
That
stay
one
awake
as well.
for the 5 hours?
yeah,
Give me a con save then.
okay. I mean, I try to. I think that's a. Yeah, 18.
Okay. Yeah, you realize that after a little bit you maybe have made a poor choice of like sitting in a bed because starts
Yeah.
slowly dozing off.
I'm still like doing the message thing if she at any point wants to kind of chat or
And
you know,
Evelyn,
whatever. Relax.
at some point you finally manage to drift into the sort of sleep from exhaustion. And then you wake. Around you is light. You look down your body and all you see is this glow, this immense warmth radiating from you. And then there's blackness. To the rest of you, you hear this just boom. massive, loud bang. And you awaken again, Evelyn. Everything around you completely scorched. Your skin is completely clean. But anything else immediately around you is almost completely vaporized. The steel of the box you're in, to the front and to the back, is sort of bulged outwards from the force of this explosion. You can see these streaks of just black soot all the way to the open and now kind of glowing doorways where the two gates of the train are to the outside. Faintly, you smell singed hair and something burned, but patting yourself up and down, nothing is wrong, at least with you.
Gonna head over and start shutting these doors.
You notice that shutting them is a little bit harder than before. The latch itself is a little bit bent, but with enough force you manage to close it back up.
I'll also give her change of clothes carefully, not to get any soot on it.
I'm just gonna let Kieran be like right there when she opens the box.
Thank you. No.
The
Work
floor
on.
to the sides is basically just completely blackened.
Jeez. Crisis averted.
Take a moment after getting dressed to just kind of sit there and process.
Okay, anyway, hand it back to you.
Take Kieran and just hold him.
Oh man, Kieran's got a helicopter.
He's a drone now.
You hear metal footsteps behind you, Red.
Can't tell who it is.
Everything alright?
Yes, it seems like it. Not too much damage to the chamber, if that's what you're concerned about.
He moves past you with, hammer and some tools on his belt and starts sort of, assessing the damage. Making minor fixes. Repairs.
Alright. All things considered, I'd say that went pretty well.
Right. I'm in one piece. I imagine. Right, I appreciate you looking after Kieran. I imagine you're tired. We can go get some rest if we like.
All right. I'll see you in the morning then.
Right.
Isn't it morning at this point?
Kind of. But yeah, some of you sleep in a little bit longer. You notice also that, some of the passengers are at this point clearly awake.
What? Just because a mere explosion?
As you walk towards the front, Evelyn, they look curious at everyone passing by, and you can hear concerned murmurs and talking amongst each other, but you don't hear much of it. This following day, the mood among the train staff and some of the passengers is somber. After the sluice, the armored covers of the windows have remained shut. and the atmosphere inside the train is becoming a little bit claustrophobic, maybe even paranoid. Word of the other train blocking the sluice has spread, and speculation is the number one thing that passengers are talking about.
Evelyn's bed doesn't have pillow or sheets. I didn't think of that. I'll just give her my bed sheets and pillow. I'll just sit on the couch.
I'll tuck Kieran in and let him lay down like I'm putting him to sleep. And I'm gonna just take out some notebooks and start writing in them. Scribbling like random notes and stuff like that.
What else do the rest of you do for the rest of the day, I suppose?
I'm just looking over to Red. Everything went well?
I guess so. She didn't seem like it was. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it didn't hurt the train or anything, but
The
I don't know.
shake and the vibration, by the way, everyone would have felt.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, timing-wise, when it happened.
Yeah, and not talking about the train, you know.
I don't know. I mean, it didn't seem like it shook her up too much, but that's hard to tell sometimes. She gets really quiet about things that really bother her. So, she's pretty quiet today. But I don't really know how to help with that either. I don't know.
Let's just hope she takes it well, I guess. Must be terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, terrifying. I think the best we can hope for is that she finds it interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We smart slightly.
Oh, man, I don't know about this. Life and death and back again. And I mean, not that you know either. I'm just saying it's. I never expected to find myself here, if you know what I mean. Not like here on the train, but like.
When
Yeah.
I left Antarctica, I didn't expect myself to be in this place too. Hey Tava.
I was muted.
What?
Hi. What's going on? I'm not good at small talk.
Is Kara with Ablin?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Okay. So you think it's better for her to be alone right now?
Maybe. She's writing. She's taking notes and things, so I don't.
Okay, she's fine. Let's go. No, just kidding.
No, like I said, when she's really bothered, she just gets really quiet. So, I mean,
She was really quiet when she passed earlier.
Well, she was really quiet all night. She didn't even touch a drink. Now that I think about it.
Is she the drinking type anyway?
I mean,
She is not.
it's not like she wouldn't accept one if she's feeling, sociable, but not in general. But, I don't know. You feel like playing chess or anything? We could just go in and... I feel like company might actually be
Yeah,
better
sure.
than being alone.
You ever played Dragon Chess, by the way?
I'm not very good at it, but yeah, I've seen a few games, sure.
Because I have a Dragon Chess board with me all the time.
I'll bet if you started explaining it to me in there, she might have some strategies and
Yeah,
might distract her actually.
let's try it.
Let's try.
Can be complicated. Bye, Thava.
I mean, you can come along too, Thava. I mean,
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Keep going this way.
Knock, knock on the door.
Come in.
She's still scribbling in her notebook.
Hello there.
Hello. Is there something you need?
oh, we were just looking for a more comfortable, quiet place to play a little chess and whatnot.
Yes, yeah. The couch is there if you need it.
Thanks.
Goes back to scribbling.
And I start putting the board on the table. And calmly and quietly explain the rules to
Roll
Red.
me an intelligence check, Red.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in you.
That's gonna be a 6.
Oh my god. Oof, man. Yeah, he explains the game to you, but it's pretty complex, actually. You understand the basics of the game, but when Delay starts explaining strategies and playing them, there's a lot of information to process, and yeah, you're
I mean,
not that adept at this game, unfortunately.
that's perfect though. I'm just like asking questions about strategy and various, I don't know, things that I can think of as far as, oh, well, do you know who developed that or this or that? Trying to see if I can pique any interest as far as distracting Evelyn about various, intelligent ways to play a game that I'm obviously very bad at. Seeing if she'll eventually jump in and correct me, basically.
At the end of the explanation, Saleh just also lets you know that this is like the introduction. That's how they teach children. It's the easier part of the game. There's much more detail to this, but yeah, this is just basically the beginning for starters.
At some point after you beat me several times, I'm like, oh man, if only you had a more challenging opponent. I feel like I'm just not offering you.
Wink, wink.
Wink, exactly.
Right in the Battle of Wits, you are obviously unarmed.
Well, perhaps, ma'am. Soleil seems pretty well armed. Maybe you could show him a thing or two.
I have 1 intelligence point more than
if it would stop the inane back and forth a bit, I will gladly.
Look, I thought I could move the queen like this horsey thing. Okay, look, show me how it's done then.
Does your character know how to play dragon?
Nope. I know how to play dice.
It would probably take her like
me-
1 day to be better
Give
than
me
me.
an intelligence roll, and Soleil, please give me an opposing intelligence roll.
Okay. Straight intelligence, you say?
Well, that's a nat 20 on my end.
Oh, that was close to a net 20 for me too, but it's an 8.
Too smart.
Then please, both of you give me another d20, but Evelyn, please roll with advantage.
Another
17.
8.
Oh my
It's
god.
just 8.
I mean, you have little trouble. You kind of listened in, and these are kind of basic rules. Very quickly and adeptly, you pick up how to play this game, and after a few near losses against Soleil, simply to his experience, you begin winning. Once, the next game, the game after that, until you realize, Soleil, that you're being outclassed right now in this game that you've been playing a lot longer.
See, Red, this is the move you don't make. I'm just here to
Oh,
teach
Rhett
you.
has completely given up watching and is
Um,
just playing music along.
And but still, Soleil's just looking back to you, basically
Yeah.
like, this is not what you're gonna do, okay? And then, yeah, that was good, Ablin. Very good.
Good job, ma'am. It's
Right.
just like cheerleading in the back. Oh, got him again. I didn't even see that coming. But then again, I'd never see anything.
Well, I feel like that sufficiently explains how to play a bit of strategy, right?
Oh, right, yeah. That was an excellent job, by the way.
Like that last turn with the pixie, Ablin, that was actually really good and surprising.
It's a simple game. Once you understand the basics of it, it seems strategy just flows from there.
Yeah.
There's only so many options, and you go by what's there. Right, I'm gonna get back to my work.
Like there's just so many options. That's like a chessboard times
You may
3.
add proficiency in Dragon Chess to your character.
Right.
One afternoon and she's already proficient.
Well,
Love it.
It worked, sort of.
Mhm.
I would like to cast a spell.
What spell?
I want to cast Sending
Okay.
to... the bishop.
Okay. 25 words. What do you send?
This is Stava. We've run into problems with curses. How many words is that? 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's
That's
like
8.
10. 8.
10. That's it. I counted 8. I'm counting right now.
This is
I gotta count my
how
fingies.
We have run into problems with curses. That's 10.
Fine. They're too strong for me to remove. And 7 more. Is there anything you can do? That's 23 words.
Thanks, bye.
Genau. Yes.
Okay, thanks, bye.
And that's what I said.
You receive a short reply, but curiously, the reply is sort of almost marred by interference and echo.
Not traveling at the fort or at Poly 3.
Not traveling at the fort or Polydrome?
That's all the words that make it through.
Not traveling at the Hmm. There's one more person I can message or send rather. Fuck it. I'll cast sending again. To Reginald.
Okay.
Reginald, this is Ava. Are you able to remove curses that came from the curse blood? That's what I sent.
You receive a short reply. Curiously, this reply is not marred by the same interference. I've dabbled in curses before. Could probably remove one or two curse blood, though I've not really heard about. There was this one time at the Archaeon where did you before they and then the transmission just cut halfway through this rambling about the Archaeon.
Of course. Of course.
Okay. Well, that went about as expected.
Well, Reginald's gonna be rambling the rest of the day to himself.
I have to go back and be like, yeah, that I heard the whole story. Very fascinating. Okay.
After a bit, Beggar, I'm going to head back to the cargo room
Mm-hmm.
and start evaluating the damage that was left.
As you return to the cargo area, you see that some of the soot has been removed. The locks on the door have somewhat been fixed and a little bit reinforced. You also see that the box that, was bent outwards has been crudely bent back into shape, sort of as if someone just hammered the metal back into place. And the two sides that were taken off of the sides of the box, where the opening is now, have been welded to the sides that previously bent outward to sort of reinforce the box.
All right. I'd like to sit down nearby it and sort of just examine the metal and the floor and the bits of damage that I can make out, and try and understand from a mechanical level, like what was the strength or energy output, kind of. I don't need you to actually tell me this. I'm just telling you that that's what I'm doing. Like trying to, with my notebook that I had been scribbling in, understand.
Give me an intelligence roll for that. Or actually give me an arcana roll.
Okay.
Let's see. How would I describe the energy output?
That's another nat 20.
Wow.
In terms
Calm
of
down.
force that has acted upon the box, from what you can tell, it would not be unlike the explosion of a large mortar. There was definitely a significant force that managed to, bend the box like that. You also can tell that from the floor and the sort of almost a little bit melted edges of both the box and the gateways on the side of the train that there was a significant thermal heat that radiated with this explosion. So it seems to, at least in a large way, be fire-based
Okay.
and not only force. You can also tell that the box will probably withstand a couple more explosions like this, but definitely not a long-term solution.
Okay. Then I will take my revised notes and head back to my room.
After you head out, kind of sometime in the afternoon, where would Kara be? Kara?
Probably just sitting around somewhere alone. Seemingly not doing anything.
I think I would go and, I mean, Slake, and I'll invite him to come along. If he wants to come along and try to find you. Wherever that would be.
Is there like a quiet place on the train?
You could probably find one. Depends on where everyone else is at. If you are where you are on the map right now, then, you know, the bars, save for the one tending the bar, is completely empty.
In actually, it's just
The train car with the cannons is usually empty because no one really hangs out there. And I think only
Yeah.
Tharma and Soleil are in the deluxe sitting car.
right. No, she wouldn't go to a cabin. It's hanging out in a bar.
Hey, Kara.
Hey.
What do you make of all this? Curses and... I don't know. I guess I have a question about souls and... I don't know. Maybe you would actually know.
Maybe.
Do you know, like, does... I don't know how to ask this right, but, like, does dying and then coming back and... Like, where do souls go and then... Is that good for them? I don't know how to ask that, but... I can't...
Do I know how long it takes for souls to like pass over, or how that works?
It happens in a manner of hours. A soul doesn't really have a good hold in the material realm. So, very quickly after death, the soul begins dissipating. And, well, back in the day, or at least as far as you can remember, it would have naturally gravitated to the garden where it would have found rest. Not really, you know, it's not really a conscious paradise, the garden. It's more where souls find peace and rest and basically, in a way, go to sleep. However, with the garden not as an option, they would either get snatched up by a god or plane that has a claim on their soul. And if that does not apply, it would simply dissipate into the realm or the plane of elemental chaos, where almost like a boiling pot, it would fade and break up into its singular components, its emotions, its feelings, its memories, and basically become part of this primordial soul soup, which new souls are then born from, or other entities.
But it's fair to assume that if you only are dead for like a couple of seconds, then your soul isn't really going anywhere. It's just
It's as soon as death occurs, it starts leaving, it starts dissipating, but within, I'd say, the first few hours, it's easier to pull a soul back before it goes wherever it goes.
yeah. How long did it take until she came back?
I mean, it seemed pretty quick. I'm just really concerned. I know when we were looking for, Istaville and such, when we talked to Rond, it seems like they, after we found her, the piece of her soul, I guess, it seemed like she's not quite the same person anymore. Well, like, kind of, but I don't know. I'm just really, I don't know, kind of concerned or...
Well, I'd say it does do something to your soul. Being able to see beyond. You're not really meant to come back.
So, is there a way to, like, help that? So, like, the faster the better?
Yes. I think the less time passes, the less you are aware of what's happening, the less you see.
I don't know anything about how to help with that.
Don't know if there is anything to do.
Is there anyone in charge of all of this soul stuff?
No.
Hmm.
Karen knows anything.
There's not really a god of souls or anything like
Yeah.
that. If anyone was in charge, it would likely be, just the god of fate or something like that.
Some gods can influence where a soul goes, but no one is in charge
Yeah.
for all of them.
Well, that makes sense, I suppose. I just wish there was something I could do or do better. I don't know. How do you live with it? I mean, I'm sorry to like say it, but based on what you said, how do you live with failure like that? On that scale.
Oh my god!
I mean,
Just holds
Jesus
up
Christ,
her glass.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just gonna start drinking too. He's like, I mean, I guess I understand.
The only thing you can do is not think about it.
Oh. You know, before all this happened, I mean, it's not. It's kind of funny. Before all this happened, I was about to come in here and try to convince you to try to get a hobby so you didn't have to drink. But you know what? I think you're actually right at this point. It's trying to get you into fire breathing and music, and then bartender, I need another one.
Yeah, he makes you one immediately.
I mean, I just pretty much drank in silence after that. Life
guessing-
is full of ironies, I suppose.
I mean, you can still try to find a way to break the curse.
Yeah. I guess that's what we have to do. I mean, for us too. But, I mean, let's drink to curses then and breaking them.
That toast gives you a look of sort of concern from the bartender, but he doesn't butt in.
I'd pretty much just drink the rest of the evening then, I guess.
With how dark it is outside, it becomes hard to tell, especially with all of the window shutters closed, whether or not it is night or day. But as you start to feel tired, do you repeat the same procedure that you did yesterday?
No. Slightly different procedure.
Okay.
I'm gonna have created from like bits and gadgets like a little mechanical toy again. And gathered a couple of different things. Like a piece of meat.
Okay.
While dying.
And some fabric, just a couple like wood, like some wood, and just a couple of different pieces of material that I can find.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll instead this time tuck Kieran into like the bed in the room and leave him there, and then head back with my arm full of random objects to the cargo space. And start placing them around at various distances from the box, leaving some like near the opening of the box, and then some at various distances, like close to the edge of where I can see the blast radius was, or just well without outside, and even putting them like kind of like leaving a bread trail of these various objects
Okay.
around. And
There's an infinite bag for markers if you want to place them directly.
oh, okay.
Is it an infinite bag of markers or an infinite bag of infinite bag markers?
Well, it's just an infinite bag of markers.
What?
So, like, thanks, Becca.
At some point, Soleil's also gonna join the people in the bar wagon.
What material is this?
This one, I can probably mark them if you want me to tell you what probably was laid out.
Only this one is the question.
This one here, it was meat.
Okay. Okay.
and I will open up the doors again and cover my ears and try and go to sleep.
Wait.
Okay.
Oh no, wait. I wanna. Is this the right way? Yeah, it is.
It's up. It's
Bam.
up.
Wrong way.
Whatever.
Whatever. Evelyn. Are you
Yes,
here?
I
want-
am.
I want to try something.
What's that?
I want to try to cast a spell on you. I don't know if it could be dangerous or not, but
What's the spell?
it's called Death Ward. And it has a thing that says, if the spell is still in effect, when the target is subject to an effect that would kill it instantaneously, without dealing damage, that effect is instead negated against the target.
Do you tell her what spell you're casting?
Yeah, I said Death Touch. Or Death Ward, rather.
Well, I was planning on doing some experiments tonight.
Oh, okay, I can do some other...
Maybe tomorrow night.
Alright.
If my experiments don't come back productive.
Alright. Did you open the doors?
Yes, she did.
Alright.
And I left a spare change of clothes back here in the corner.
Alright. Okay, I'll go back. Swish. Oh, wait. Aha, there we go. Hello. Bye. I was just like chilling here for the night, I guess. Okay.
I'll do my best to try and fall asleep again.
This time it is significantly easier than before. Simply because you kind of know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
You know it's basically just gonna be over. There's that moment of heat, but it's not the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
So it still takes you a fair bit to fall asleep. An hour and a half. Especially with all that noise and the wind, but you eventually fall asleep. Same as before. All of you feel the shake. Some of you might already be sleeping. And you know obviously what has happened, even though you wake with worry, because it takes you a moment to realize. As you wake, Evelyn, the objects in the blast zone are completely gone. You're not quite sure if they were simply catapulted out of the way or vaporized, but they are gone. The piece of meat that you placed on the edge of the blast zone is charred. Half of it is completely turned to ash, and half of it is almost still raw. The rest of the objects in the room seem relatively untouched.
Okay. And I'll gather my things and all the random objects up again. And head back to my room.
This next day isn't altogether much better. You wake late, at least you think it is, without view of the outside. It's becoming increasingly hard to know what time of day it currently is. The bar has also remained open in an effort to probably combat the low mood about the train. The crew has taken to run the bar in shift without closing. Noticeable too is the fact that they've altogether given up on asking for payment, circumstance that more than a few of the passengers have taken advantage of.
Look, we should.
Oh my god.
I don't. I didn't know when I turned into a giant eagle that I was.
Oh god. Give me a con save, please.
15.
Okay. Yeah, you're hammered, but seems like you can take it.
You know, I don't drink that much, so.
Oh no.
The train rattles along for the rest of the day. You're not sure if it's the tracks or just your mind growing increasingly tired of the train. But the grinding of the wheels along the rail is beginning to wear on your mind. Try not to focus on it, but it feels like it's growing louder. And for this bit, it's important that everyone please place yourself where you would be around early afternoon in this train.
I'm back in my room working on trying to create something.
I suppose I would probably also be in the room.
I guess having recovered from the previous day's drinks, I would want to be in the room, and
I'm sitting there and I'm drawing a picture. It's a first person point of view picture from myself while I'm sitting in front of a board of dragon chess. And opposite of me you can see Ablin sitting there, her hands raised, and like a puppeteer there are strings attached to the figures on the board, and there's like an eerie aura to her.
Scarred for life.
Yeah.
Dragon chest.
Poor Soleil.
I should pick my spells.
Yes, that's very important. Pick your spells, please.
Good.
Evelyn was, if she's currently trying to meddle around with things if people care. She's working on like messing with the needles that she uses generally when she's trying to do things like, oh, like here's a bit of healing or something like that.
It's so hard to pick spells. Especially when I have no idea what the fuck is gonna happen. Ooh, actually. Fuck.
Come on, chop chop.
So hard to pick. Okay. I guess that's good.
Okay. Whatever your thoughts, whatever you're doing right now, you suddenly snap out of it. As you hear hurried voices, the entire train suddenly shakes as one by one the cannons of the train begin roaring. Then suddenly everything flies sideways, turns upside down, everything Ghost blood.
What? Fuck.
Oof.
Oh shit,
This is
dude!
where I should have preloaded again.
Can't believe you.
What?
No, Elvan
I'm gonna
can't
blame Alavan.
hear sound. But
This Alavan, probably.
Yeah.
Oh no.
why would you do this, Elvan?
It's always me.
Mm-hmm.
For no
Not
particular reason.
believe you.
Here are these. Man.
I'll be back in like 1 minute. I gotta something.
In 1 minute? Okay, then let's take a 1 minute break if I'm gonna go to the toilet. I'll be right back.
1, 2.
All right, I'll go grab a refill of my drink.
Been a minute already.